Hey guys, before we get into the video, I was wondering if you could leave a like if you enjoy, and if we could get 50 likes, that'd be awesome. If you're new to the channel and enjoyed the content, please be sure to subscribe, as we have a lot of awesome things coming up in the near future. And today, I wanted to talk a little bit about WB Games Montreal's new Batman game that a lot of us think are coming out later this year, and why we think that. And tomorrow I'm going to do sort of a second part to this video where I will discuss why we don't necessarily think that Rocksteady's game will get revealed or definitely not released this year. I don't think. I could be proven completely wrong. However, I'll be honest with you. I would be surprised if it got revealed, and I would be in shock if it's released later this year for Rocksteady. For WB Games Montreal's Batman game, I think that there's a very good shot that we will actually see this game. And here's the reason why. I know that there's an insider claiming that Rocksteady will reveal their game early this year, but we'll know if he's lying or not within this month. Allegedly, this reveal is supposed to happen before February 15th or 25th or something like that, so we'll know within like a month if this is true or not. However, from what I've seen, actually, let me go to the Rocksteady tweet really quick. I'll talk about this more in tomorrow's video. However, when you look at what Sefton Hill said about their development process back in late 2018. He says, "We're still hard at work in our development bunker, so don't expect an announcement from Rocksteady Games. When it's ready to show, you'll be the first to know. Spoiler, it's not Superman." Now, this was in direct regard to the Game Awards. However, when you look and contrast that with what Patrick Redding, the game director over at WB Montreal, said, he goes, "If I wanted to be shameless and misleading, I'd casually drop that a few of us from Team Redacted," which is the term, Redacted, that's the term that they've been using to tease this upcoming Batman game, which is probably Batman, if we're being honest. So I'd casually drop that a few of us from Team Redacted will be in LA this week at the same time as the Game Awards, but truthfully, we're not doing the glamorous part of the job just yet. We're headed down to meet with our WB partners and showcase the team's hard work and share our excitement. I know how anxious the fans are to hear something. Please be patient. So I feel like there's a lot more weight to what Patrick Redding is saying. He seems a lot more excited, and a reveal just feels so much more imminent. And I'll share more tweets from WB Montreal. Again, tomorrow's video will focus on Rocksteady and why it seems like they're not necessarily gearing up for an announcement yet, despite what the insider has said. And I'll also discuss this insider and how his reasoning might be fallacious. I actually know some things about him and some other things that he said not publicly concerning this news that is kind of revealing in regards to how truthful it actually is. We'll see, though. Again, like, I could be wrong. I'm just saying, from what I've heard, it doesn't sound super realistic. So Patrick Redding also retweeted one of Slickmoth's tweets, which says, "For the first time, WB Montreal is actually teasing us. Up to this point, it's been our speculation or Reddit leaks. This whole redacted thing is actually WB Montreal hinting at something in the first time in 5 years. It's happening." And Patrick Redding retweeted a tweet that said that this game is happening. And they've also been liking a ton of tweets from like IGN saying, "Ooh, it looks like they're working on a Court of Owls Batman game." So clearly they're excited not only of the passion of the fans and our excitement to see it, but also this idea of a Batman and Court of Owls game. And so part of the reason that we think that this game is ready is because Osama Dorius, one of the employees over at WB Montreal, I believe he's the senior game designer, if I'm not mistaken, he stated in a podcast that they're working on 2 DC games, that he finished up work on one and has been moved to the other. Now, when a senior game designer is finished with a game, that pretty much means it's done and he's moving on to the second project. Now, why would a game that's built for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, because a game that they've been working on since 2016 or 2017 even, let's be real, it's made for this generation of consoles, why would they wait for 2020? Because Rocksteady's game is looking like it's going to be a release for 2020, because it looks like it's going to be a next-gen launch title potentially, and that would actually make a lot more sense, especially with it not being Batman. It might not sell as well initially. So if it was for the brand new systems of gaming, that would make more sense. I don't see them porting it from, like, I don't see Rocksteady releasing a huge open world multiplayer game this year and then just porting it over next year or something. I think if Warner Brothers wanted, I don't know, I just feel like Batman is a lot more realistic this year. And again, I'll discuss Rocksteady more tomorrow. They don't seem ready for a reveal, and it seems more like their game will be next gen, whereas this Batman game from WB Montreal seems a lot more current gen. And that just makes more sense. Again, I don't know why a finished game would just be put on the back burner for 2 or 3 years and, you know, have them have a second game in development at the same time. That just seems really weird. And also, So Osama said that, and Bobby, another employee, goes, "We're looking for a QA lead at WB Games Montreal." Or sorry, that's actually the wrong tweet. So they're looking for a QA lead for this project, it looks like. So potentially they're finishing up, because quality assurance, usually, I don't know, they do it throughout most stages of development. It seems like they'll test different mechanics and stuff. But a lot of times that does mean that they're reaching the end of development. Let's see. He says, "We're looking for a senior rendering programmer at WB Games Montreal. Come work with us on an exciting new IP." And so that kind of tells us that their second project is being worked on. Most of the devs are being shifted over to that project. And the thing about that also, sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought there. But it means that this first game most likely is done. So after I talked about the Game Award tweets from Patrick Redding, and after this meeting with WB, the parent company, and all those guys, Jeff Eleanor, another director over at WB Montreal, says, "Happy holidays, everyone. I'm relaxing for a couple of weeks, but next year will rock. Super excited to be back at the studio at my team in January." So I think that's kind of telling. One of his hashtags is hashtag more and faster. So does that potentially mean more games in a shorter amount of time? I don't know. He also says, "I no longer want to be patient. I want to show them." Patrick Redding has also expressed that he's excited to share the details with us. Jeff Eleanor has another thing that he said was, "One of the most brutal things about making a great game is not being able to share all the crazy details you're hype about until official announcement time." And Osama Dorius has also said, "Trust me, we want to be able to tell you about it too, so badly." And then more tweets from Jeff Eleanor about Redacted. And ultimately, it just seems like it's time. For anyone who doesn't know, they've also been hinting a lot at Court of Owls with cosplay images from one of their parties last year. I think their 2017 party, a bunch of them dressed up as the Court of Owls. And more recently, I believe one of the devs put a picture of them in a Court of Owls shirt and said Redacted. And that's really on the nose. Like, I don't know. It's not a Batman logo, but I don't know. It's kind of on the nose. So I'm curious to see what happens. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, please be sure to stay tuned for either tomorrow's video or the video the next day, which will sort of be the second part to this, where I discuss Rocksteady Studios and why I don't think that they'll necessarily have a game coming out this year. And I know that people always get occasionally upset that I do videos like this where I talk about speculation and why I think we're getting this game. And that's what this video exists for. There is sort of this amount of evidence and teasing that's going on from WB Montreal that sort of warrants the possibility of a new game. Also, the fact that they haven't made a game in 6 years, so it's time for them to show something, I think. And honestly, I don't know really what else it could be. Like, I guess Rocksteady maybe, but again, I'm going to discuss why I don't think it will necessarily be Rocksteady this year. Anyways, thanks you guys so much for watching. Again, if you enjoyed, please be sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought about this, whether or not you think we're going to get a Batman game this year, and we'll see you guys in the next one.